purpose of a website is to educate, display credibility, and convert visitors into leads. We want them to fill in the form on the website, which is why it's very important to design your web forms to qualify each lead that comes in. Today, I will show you how to create custom forms using the Divi theme and WordPress. No code or design skills needed. And make sure you hit subscribe and the bell icon so that you don't miss a video. Let's dive in. We're going to do this in the following steps. We're going to start with creating the form fields, okay? After creating the first form fields, we test the form that it's working. It can send emails to our inbox. The third thing we're going to do, we're going to add a spam protection tool because we don't want any spam coming into our emails or robots, anything like that. The fourth thing we want to do, we will be styling our form, making our forms look pretty. So I'm going to scroll down. As you can see here, we have a generic looking form, name, email, address, and project. Okay, that is generic information. We don't have any information that this person qualifies or they need a specific service or something like that, unless they fill in the message, which is the project needs section. Okay, so we're going to take this up a notch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a new section. Okay, let's just ignore that generic form for now. And on this section, I'm going to create a single column. Okay, we're going to add a new module, which will be form. Okay, so to add a new module, simply click the gray icon, which will show you a new module, and go to forms. Okay, we select contact form. As you can see, this is the generic you will get. This is the generic form you're going to get. Okay, but don't worry about it. We're going to add more fields right here. Okay, so the goal is to have name, a business name, the team size, because if you're working with medium-sized businesses, you're more likely to consider working with clients that have maybe 5 to 10 people. Website, want to see their website if they have a website. Which services are they interested in? We're doing website design, SEO, paid advertising. Budget field, what's their budget for this project? Additional details, that's where we'll have a large message box. So let's get started. So we have name already, email already. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to delete this message for now. The following field I'm going to add is team size. Okay, I'm going to say team. That will be the field ID. Okay, and title. The title is what people will see. For example, now it says new field. We're going to change it, team size. Okay, it says team size. Right, great. Field option, we're going to select field option. Input field. Input field, this is where we determine what kind of information we want here. Input field, that's what we're going to use for filler information like name, surname, all that good stuff. Text area, that's for messages. With checkboxes, you can select multiple. With the radio buttons, you can only select one, okay? But for this one, we're just going to use the radio buttons. And we're going to say 1, okay, team of 1, 4 to 10, okay. All right, those are the options we're going to give them, 4 to 10 plus. Okay, so we have 1 plus, which is more likely a one-man show, and then we maybe have 4 to 10. Okay, we just give them those options. And the next thing we're going to do is going to add our website. Okay, we're going to say field ID is going to be website. Okay, this field ID is very important, but you will see it later. Okay, we're going to say new field, your website, which is what they will see as a placeholder text, your website. Field options, it's going to be an input field, and we want to allow all symbols. We're going to switch off required field, okay? Just in case if they don't have a website, they can still go through with the form, okay? We're going to go back, services interested in. So I'm going to say on our ID, interested in, okay? Interested in on our services. And our title, services, okay, and then we're going to go to field options. On field options, we're going to make this one a checkbox. All right, so the first service, we're going to say website SEO, which is search engine optimization, paid advertising. Okay, now we want to know what services are they interested in. As you can see, the form is expanding now, right? Great. And then we're gonna go back, and to utilize space so that we don't have a super long form, I'm gonna go to team, go to design, go to layout, switch off the full width, okay? And go back and go to website, go to design, switch off the layout, switch off the full width, okay? Because I want to use like left and right, okay? And then go back, we go to our interested in, and we're gonna say design layout. I don't want it to be full width. We're gonna switch off the full width also on layout. Great, so that the next field will be right next to it. Perfect, okay? So the next thing I'm gonna do now, we're gonna add the budget. We want to see what's their budget for this project, okay? Here we're gonna use budget and budget. Okay, your budget for this, and we're gonna say field options, and we're gonna make it radio buttons because they can only select one. Okay, so we're gonna say maybe budget is 10,000. You know, 10,000 if your projects or everything you do starts at 10,000, or let's just say 4,000. 4.5, we'll just write our minimum. 4.5, 5 to, let's say, 10,000. Okay, we're just going to add those two options. Okay, awesome. All right, required field. The budget, we'll set it as a required field. And let's add another option. And which will be just say 10,000 plus. 10,000 plus. All right, field options. All right, awesome. Okay, so the next thing we're going to add, let's quickly go to our budget, go to design, switch off the full width, so it's side to side, and we're gonna go back, and we add the message tab. Okay, so we're gonna say details. Okay, details. That will be the field ID, and we'll make sure, and we'll add this as additional details. Okay, here they can send us a message and tell us more about what they want. We're gonna go to field options, and this field we're gonna make it a text area. Okay, text area, which is a larger bar where they can type in a message, okay, and tell us more about their project. Okay, let's open this and select save. Now we have a form, but what you're going to notice is if you fill in this form, it's not going to send any messages. Okay, that is the next thing we're going to fix. Okay, so we're going to go to email. On email, we're going to type in our email address. Okay, so here I'm just going to type in my email address. September. Here, it's a message pattern. This is where you will structure that name, field ID name, okay? So for example, for name, we want the information from field ID name, which is the field ID for name is name, right? But for this to work, you need to add double percentages like this, name, which is the field ID, double percentages to close, okay? We go down, we say email. So when the lead comes in, it's going to show name. It shows whatever is in the field ID, which is name. Email, it's going to say email and then shows their email. Okay, it won't show the field ID when we receive the lead. Okay, so email, the field ID for email, it's, we're going to say percentage, and input the field ID, which is email. All right. Email, close with double percentages. Do the same thing. Team size. Okay, on team size, we want to see anything imported or the option selected on team size. So our field ID for team size was, let's go back again. Team size, it goes to settings, it was team. Okay, great. As you can see on field ID, it's team. Go to email, it's Tim. Okay, let's close it. Now we want website, lead website. We're gonna say lead website. Okay, do the same thing. We say website in between the double percentages. We say service interested in. It's going to be, we're gonna go back and check the ID. Okay, it's interested underscore IN. Okay, we're gonna go back to email and we say double percentages interested underscore IN double percentages budget. We're going to do the same thing. Okay, so let me just take this and just rename them from now on. So we're gonna say budget, and the field ID there is budget. All right, and we're gonna go to additional details. That's what we're gonna say. We're gonna write this as a message. Whatever is in that, which is the details one or the field ID's details, we're gonna make sure it shows whatever is on details. Details field ID. Details. As you can see now, we have name, email address, team size, your website, the services you're interested in. We can even write the placeholder here, service interested in. Yeah, so we're gonna go down real quick and select OK and click save. And let's exit the visual builder. Yeah. And fill in this information real quick on this form. Now we can fill in our information. I'm gonna say my email is this. This is gonna be our website. I'm gonna say I'm a team of 4 to 10. Service interested. I can select all of these. Before we test the form, let's go ahead and set up a few things. Okay, we're gonna go to text and success message. We'll just say thank you. Thank you. We've received your message and we will get back to you in 24 hours. I like to add a promise to you in 24 hours so that they have an expectations, because sometimes people fill in forms and they don't know when to expect you guys to get back to them. We can change the submit button instead of submit and say send. We'll just say send. Or the spam protection, as you can see, we're using the basic captcha, this one here. When I switch it on, basic captcha is just for spam protection, but I will show you a better one later. Now let's go ahead and test our form, exit the visual builder real quick. Right, great. Now let's fill in the information. So September, email address, team size, we're gonna select this one. As you can see, the radio buttons, you can only select one. Okay, team size, they can only select one, right? And then website, we're just gonna import my agency website. Services interested, website, the checkboxes, you can select multiple. Okay, let's say for example they want paid advertising in SEO. They already have a website and their budget, it's maybe 4.5 to 10,000. We select 4.5 for 10,000, but they can select one. It's radio buttons, these ones. Checkboxes, you can select any. The input field, which is the input option, which is radio buttons, you can only select one, right? Checkboxes, you can select multiple. Okay, great. Now we're gonna say testing lead form. Okay, let's do the math here. It's 15 plus 13. 15 plus 15, it's 30, right? Minus 2, it's 28, right? Send. Now you can say our thank you message. Thank you, we received your message and we will get back to you in 24 hours. Bam, it's done. Now let's go ahead and check my inbox for that email. And looking at my other screen here, I can see that I have received the email, which means the form is working. The next issue we're going to pick up is that there will be a lot of robot sent messages, spam messages and everything. This is where spam protection comes in. Okay, we're gonna go back to our form and select settings. On settings, we're gonna scroll down and select spam protection. This annoying basic captcha thing, we don't want this. Okay, we're gonna switch it off. We don't want people people to be doing math, and we don't want people to be, trying to fill in puzzles, as a capture. So which means we're going to be using the modern one, which is the version 3. Simply go to google.com reCAPTCHA admin, okay? So here we will create our capture. Because the website we're working on is locally hosted, I'm just going to use my agency domain. reCAPTCHA type, we're going to use version 3, okay? Verify request with the score. Version 2 is the annoying one you see on most websites. Verify request with the challenge, puzzles, point this here. We're going to use version 3, okay? Which verify request with the score. All right, and then we're going to add the domain we want there. Okay, this label you can write whatever, but here this is where you add the domain that you want to allow to use this capture credentials. Okay, we're going to select submit, and after you select submit, you're going to get the site key and the secret key, and Divi form is going to ask you for that. We're going to use reCAPTCHA. Yes, we're going to click add. We can just import that label, then we go back to reCAPTCHA. Copy the site key, paste it here. Copy the secret key, paste it here, and increase the minimum score. I recommend 7 and 8, okay? Minimum score 7 or 8. 7 and 8, I rarely get any spam emails using this score. Just 7, click OK. It's time to move to the next phase, which is making it look pretty, okay? Let's enable the visual builder. I want a dark looking form, so we're going to scroll down real quick and change the background of that section first. Double click on it, change background. We're going to make it dark background, okay? And the next thing we're going to do, we are going to go to our row setting, go to design, go to spacing, and go to padding. We're going to link left and right padding and add 60 padding. All right, great. And top to bottom, we're going to add 60. All right, top to bottom padding. Okay, now it's time to customize our forms. Okay, we're on content, we're going to switch to design. On design, we're going to go to field background. Okay, field background is the white you see here. And we're going to use this parameter here and turn it down a little bit because I want it to be dark. Okay, you will see why later. Okay, and after that, I'm going to go down. We're going to say the field text color, I want it to be white, right? Awesome. Field focus background color. So when you hear typing here, you want the color to change, right? So field focus, we're going to make it white. When I focus here, it changes to be white. So what I'm filling in just becomes brighter, okay? Field focus text color, we want to be black, all right? So when I click here and type in, text is black, and when I click here, it shows that you are focused here. When I click here, it shows that. When I click here, it does the same thing. Now it looks much better, okay? And we're going to go to border. On border, we're going to make sure these 4 corners are linked and just add 6. Before, they are sharp corners. After adding that 6, now they are gently smooth. All right, great. Okay, now you can see team size, service interested, your budget, all that good stuff. When you click on it, it's going to be highlighted. It's going to be highlighted like that. Looking good. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now, I want to add some text here and say, send us a message or request a code. Okay, you can say maybe code request form, something like that. Okay, send a message. We're going to go to design, go to title text, and make the text yellow, make it all caps, and let's make it bold. All right, this is how the form looks now. It's more stylish. Exit the visual builder real quick and go to our form section. This is how our form looks now. When we type in, okay, as you can see, when you click on this, it shows this is what we selected. The services still the same. Okay, but you can customize these to any colors, any ideas you have. Okay, let's say for example we want this dark background to have an image underneath. Okay, we can do that also. Double click on the section, the one with the form, go to background. On background, go to background image, upload background image. Let's look at this one. This one is a square, it won't work here. Okay, we want a more wider image. Let's just use the hero image. just for the sake of the tutorial. As you can see now, that background is gone, but don't worry about it. I got you, okay? So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go to background gradient. We're going to use the background gradient tool for this one, okay? As you can see, this background color now doesn't have any power anymore. So we're going to use background gradient, add color, okay? And the first gradient stop, we're going to make it dark, yeah? And decrease the opacity using this parameter right here. Click on it. The second gradient stop, we're going to make it dark also and decrease it, make it transparent but less transparent than the first stop. Click OK. As you can see, nothing is happening. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to scroll down and select place gradient above background image. Place gradient above background image. As you can see, we have a nice looking form, but you can go ahead and play around with this, customize it. Now you can build custom forms with sales in mind, which means they're not just filling in their generic name, email, the typical forms. They're giving you more information. You can see the website they're complaining about. You can see the issues. You can see, oh, this is what we can fix, so that on your sales calls meeting, you pitch ideas. Oh, this is what I saw. I think we can improve this like this. You did great work here, but I think we can improve this, all that good stuff, because the purpose of a website is to get your business, not to just look pretty, okay? My name is Sabelo September, and in this channel, we talk WordPress, no-code website design. So if you are new to WordPress and you would like to learn more, please consider subscribing to the channel. Click the bell icon. I will see you in the next video.